Yes. So, hello, dream makers. Welcome to 2019. And I just love it when we get together since we're all over the place. Here's a fun story, Debbie Corder. I went to Timothy's house tonight for a Super Party Network team meeting, and we had wine. And guess where the wine glass came from?
Ravens Glen.
Absolutely. That was fun. Anyway, so I'd like to start out with, is there anybody on the call that's not been on the call before? Because we do have some new team members. Any of your group, Sandy? You're muted. You're still muted. Okay.
Nope, I'm not. But I have not heard back yet. So I am going to make the assumption that she's not jumping on yet. And the only one who would jump on, of course, is Elizabeth. So.
Okay. Well, yeah. Okay. Well, so what we did tonight is we moved the call to 8:30. Raise your hand if you believe this is the best time. Based on, I think for getting kids to bed and doing what we need to do in order to do a good job and give everybody the opportunity to be here, that's the right choice. So I will change the flyer for next month. Just to know our schedule, Monday night's call night. So first Monday of the month is the What If call with Wendy. I invite you to mark your calendar for the first 3 Mondays of the month. That's a great opportunity to invite people to just take a look at what the product is, particularly great for customers. It's just the best, most succinct overview ever. Plus, it talks about our mission. It talks about who the company is. If you're investing in your health, wouldn't you want to know who's the company that I'm investing my hard-earned money with? And there's no company better than ours, in my opinion. And then the second Monday of the month is usually a training call. It's the celebrations for the entire Team Proactive. And then Wendy usually has a training. And this call is our team call, third Monday of the month. And I like to think of it as a huddle where we come together and share what we've done, our own celebrations and congratulations, but also just catching up on little nuts and bolts kinds of things and what we are learning as we're working in the field. So those are the 3 calls. And for people who want to grow their business like you guys, you're here. And if we're teaching team and we're wanting to duplicate ourselves, then we need to invite our team and help them just understand that it's a priority. It's really not optional if they want to grow their business. Now, if they don't want to grow their business, then it's optional, right? But we do have some good statistics from last month. And if I missed something, please let me know. In terms of customer count, Doug Billenstein or Steen, Sandy will correct me, I'm sure. He had 6 orders. Those orders actually go to missionary families in
Liberia.
Why did I forget that?
And you did have it right the first time. It's Billenstein.
Okay. And then also on Sandy's team is Elizabeth Barhorst. She had 6 orders. Timothy, who's on the call, Timothy Oliver, had 5, and I had 5. And that's our goal for every month is 5 orders, 1 representative, and an HLP. And then you take the 1 representative, take them through the HLP onto VF the next month. If you're doing that, your business is going to grow by leaps and bounds. And that's just, if you've been in the company long enough, you see this. Things come and go, but they always bring back the stuff that was successful. And always, if you do an HLP, it should roll into a Royal Crown. A Royal Crown is, if that's what you want to call it, we've come up with different names too to make it more exciting or whatever, but it's 5 customers or 500 points, but new customers, an HLP, and a 2000 plus. And you put all that in 1 month time frame. The next month, you take that HLP person, help them finish their 2000 plus, and you bring on another HLP person, and you just keep rolling that forward. And as a reminder, we have this contest. Let me grab the contest more. And this is good through the rest of this month. And if you get somebody signed up between now and the 31st, they still have 30 days to complete an HLP. So I don't know if you guys remember seeing this. I think it's on the virtual office. I posted it in our Dreammaker Facebook page. This is a real opportunity because not only will they get their $100 thank you bonus, but they get a free conference ticket. Then if they finish that HLP, they'll get, and I mean, they're 2000 plus, they'll get another free conference ticket. So a couple can come together. Or you're an existing rep, and so you're past that. If you sponsor 2 HLPs, you're going to earn a $100 bonus and a registration fee reimbursement for a regional or a boot camp. If you do 3 HLPs, you earn all of that. In addition, you're in a drawing for a chance to win the summer tour prize package, which is air, hotel, and ticket. And there'll be 15 of those across the company that are awarded. So, and it goes on if there's 4 HLPs, and you can go on either the virtual office or our Facebook page and read about that. But let's sponsor as many HLPs as we can between now and next Thursday, the end of the month, or Qualifiers Day, which is the 1st, which would be next Friday. Because that's the building blocks. If you're building a house, you want a firm foundation. Don't ever turn your nose up at an HLP. They may never want to do more than that, but that's 3 orders instead of 1. So it's just good business sense. And it means you're helping 3 people get healthy instead of just 1 person get healthy. So last month, for congratulations, I sponsored an HLP. Aaron Hazelbaker, who's on Sandy's team, completed an HLP. Timothy Oliver completed his 2000 plus, and he's direct to me. And I completed a Royal Crown, of which he was a part. So it can be done, I've told this story, but not all of you have heard it. I don't know, 12 years ago, 11 or 12 years ago, when I was first getting started, I can remember that Wendy McGlon and Karen Ewald got me on the phone to talk to me about what a Royal Crown was like, and it just scared the socks off me. And all I could say was, I will do all of the activity that it takes for that to happen, and we'll just have to see where it takes us. They wanted me to say, my goal is to, do a Royal Crown, and that just scared me too much. But I could commit to the activity that it would take to do that, right? So I did, and I did 1, and Sarah Campbell, who some of you may not know, but anyway, she became, I think, my first BF. And then Sandy Trissler followed the next month, and I did 2 Royal Crowns in a row. And then some of the stuff changed in the company, and the focus wasn't Royal Crown, and I've probably done other ones, but it's a good feeling when you accomplish that. And it takes your paycheck up by about $700. So it's worth doing, because you've got retail sales profit and all the commission stuff. So with all of that said, we have some really neat stories. of things that are happening and the lives that we're changing. And I really wanted Leslie to share with you what's happened in her life since Juice Plus came into their world. And I'm just going to let you tell the story, Leslie.
Okay.
Go.
Do what?
Well, introduce yourself and where you're from and what you've done so far, like in your business, like completing your 2,000 plus.
Okay, so my name's Leslie. I'm from Texas, from East Texas. I have a 4-year-old little boy named Abel, and Terry introduced me to Juice Plus. I actually watched one of y'all's videos with 3 of y'all on there, and I finally joined it. And you said tell them about the 2,000 plus.
All right. Well, why did you want to join the company?
Well, I wanted to get this for Abel because he has Williams syndrome, and so he has a heart condition, and he had recently gotten diagnosed with HSP, which is the vasculitis, unrelated to Williams syndrome, but he was put on blood pressure medicine by the nephrologist, and the nephrologist said he's going to be on this forever, and we'll just increase the dose as he gets older. And Abel has a lot of feeding issues that goes along with that. So he's been in feeding therapy, and he only eats like McDonald's chicken nuggets, fried catfish, fish sticks. That's all we can get him to eat. Other than that, it's like crackers and stuff. So I always felt guilty about that, and I didn't know what to do about it because he was in therapy, and I never knew how to get anything else down him. And then Terry was telling me about the Juice Plus and, you know, how it's just a lot of nutrition. And, but I didn't think I could get it down him. And Terry said, there's a way you can do it. Just do it. And so we opened the capsules, we mixed it with water, and I squirt it in his mouth like I do all his medicine. And he takes it. And after just a little bit of time, after starting that, he was constipated and that went away. He quit telling me it hurts when he goes potty. And so that was big for him. And then after 4 months of being on it, the doctor said his blood pressures got so low, I was worried about giving him the next dose. So I contacted his nephrologist, and they're like, oh, we need to taper him off. So they started tapering him off, and then we hit the 5-month mark of being on the Juice Plus, and they took him completely off. And this is the same doctor that told me he's going to be on this forever and gave me the whole spill. The Abel's doing really good. His constipation still isn't back, and his blood pressures are hanging in there. They're still pretty low, even though he doesn't have the juice, even though he's not taking his medicine anymore. And I decided to be a rep for it because I wanted to be able to get it for him, and I knew I could get it at a discounted price, and that was the whole reason I joined. I didn't want to sell anything. I didn't really want to be a part of it at all. I just wanted to get it for him. And when you have a special needs kid, you jump through all the hoops. So I was like, I'll jump through this one too.
You go, mama.
So, but then I kind of liked it, and I still don't really like selling things, and I don't really like when I went to the seminar, the summit, a couple weekends ago, one of the ladies said, you know, you're not a salesperson, you know, all this stuff, and then somebody else stood up and said, you are a salesperson, and I don't really like to think of it that way. I've always wanted to help people. I became a nurse, and I don't feel like I'm helping people being a nurse. I think it's for the birds. And sorry if any of y'all are nurses. But I've always loved to help people, and I feel like I can actually help somebody now, and it's helping my own child, and not having any control over any of his health ever. And this is one thing I can have control over that I can actually do for him is just huge for me. So that's pretty much our story.
That is awesome.
It's a great story, and it just Terry's sitting there like she just swallowed a bird. She's big smile on her face. That's why we do what we do, you guys. It's not about the paycheck. That's the bonus, right? And to be able to impact, I mean, somebody's life. And this started, for those of you that have been around for a while, with my believing the population of people, and not everybody has people that have kids with disabilities, but there are other groups of people and regular people that you know need to know about Juice Plus. And I took my first table for Williams to a Williams syndrome conference 10, 11 years ago, and nobody believed me. And I just believed this was so important, but I needed help. I couldn't share this by myself with all the people that needed it. And so Terry and Nancy have come along, and some other people. And whether you do 2,000 pluses, you're an HLP person, that you're talking and sharing, and you're just getting your whole family. I have some Williams syndrome families, a bunch of them, that they just want it for their family. And so you guys all know people who need juice. Juice Plus is not optional for people. Starbucks is optional. I don't even know what their bottom line is in the corporate world. I mean, you know, most of us grew up and there was no such thing as Starbucks. Today, somebody's walking in the gym or walking through Kroger with Starbucks, and I'm like, this is crazy, because they're just not eating right. And we can help them do that for the cost of that crazy cup of coffee. And so I am appreciative. Your story brings tears to my eyes, to Terry's eyes. Terry's work, they've worked really hard together. We're here to help you guys be successful so you can help other people become successful. And it's a privilege and it's an honor. I had another child this month, and I met her online, the mom online, and her child is 2 and also didn't eat well. And you know, this works great in feeding tubes if you know people that have those kinds of needs. And I have people who do that, and they're not Williams syndrome people. And at any rate, so she was so excited to hear there was a way she could get food in her child, just like Leslie. And within a week, this child walked. She was 2, and she hadn't been walking. And her mom noticed that she was more attentive, that if they sat down to do an activity together, she was more attentive. So how many people do you know that have toddlers that are all over the place that just need some better attention? If they have more attention, they're going to be able to learn and be more successful in school. So my thing is, mom's on a mission and dad's on a mission, because Timothy is on a mission too. They're doing a nice job as a couple. And we just have the answer for people, folks. And it's just exciting to see us starting to grow. And I'm grateful for every life that you guys are changing. So we talked about the come on along thing. There's another thing that I wanted to talk to you about that has come out from corporate. And so I'm going to share a screen with you. And it's about the customer portal. I need to find the page. Show all windows. That's not it. So in the future, the world of how we take orders and follow up on orders is changing. And it's not just the Juice Plus world, it's everybody, every company. They want people to put in their own orders, and they want them to have control, and they don't want anybody to be giving us their credit card. So the solution for that is the customer portal. How many of you have had experience yet with the customer portal? Hello? Here we go.
I have.
Yeah, Sandy's used it a lot. So can you see I'm using Rebecca's website. Can you see the little guy with the head right here?
I don't see
No.
anything, Carolyn.
No.
You're not screen sharing so far.
Okay.
Uh-uh.
All right. Get rid of you. Try it again.
Sit closer to the computer. We can see the reflection in your glasses.
Oh, sorry. Okay, now can you see this?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay, so this is the customer portal. And what we want to start teaching our customers to do is to go in there and that's not it. Come on. Go in and manage their orders. So you have to go in. You got to learn how to do it for yourself first.
That looks like your website. Doesn't look like what I see when I bring up customer portal, but now it does.
Right. So this is Rebecca's account. She has a lot of our family orders. So they can go in here and look at their orders. And I don't think we've got anything shipping anytime really soon. So I couldn't find anything. But we'll just open this up. There's that one started in 2005, by the way. So it tells you when the next shipment for this is. You can go change the order if you need to. Let's look at what that looks like. So change, please choose, delay, whatever. Or they can discontinue if they want to. We haven't seen that happen much. Not everybody's using this. Within the next year, I mean, they're going to give us time so it's not something we need to panic about. It's just something we need to be aware of and start using. And I haven't come up before you asked the question with what the solution is for people who don't have email and can't do this. Maybe you just put your email in or something. I don't know. They haven't told us that part. But
so I'm wondering if what they're worried, if the reasoning is that they don't want us to have people's credit card information after you place the order. It's not like you have their credit card.
This is federally driven.
Okay.
And it's just something that we are going to have to embrace.
But are we going to still be able to like postpone someone's order for them?
Yes. If they ask you to do that, I think you'll be able to see your customers' orders, but you won't. I mean, we don't see their credit cards now once we put the order in. But the other thing is they've started an email program. And so before some of you got on, I was telling about my friend that called today that I chose not to take the phone call because I was with my grandson. But I did call her back on the way home. And the thing that had really prompted the call is that she had gotten an email from the company saying that her order was going to ship. So that's one new thing. And the company is also sending emails to the customers to show them how to sign up for this. So if we go back to this guy, we just set this up a little bit ago. Let's see if what it'll do here. Already signed in. Let me see what happens if I can get out of it. It gives you, I think I'm all covered up over here. Let's see no, that won't do it either. There's a sign, the first time you do this, it gives you a page. Maybe it'll let me go back. Nope.
What are you trying to do, Carolyn?
I'm trying to go back to the page where you register for all of this.
I don't think it'll let you do that because you're already registered.
I know. Let's see what happens if we go to customers.juiceplus.com.
I would sign out first.
I can't.
You can.
Yes, you can, Mom. If
Hit
you
the-
go to this page right here,
Hit the little person and it says not Rebecca Russ, sign out.
Oh,
Hit that. Not Rebecca, sign out. See the green?
right there.
I'm not Rebecca.
Not Rebecca, sign out. So it doesn't matter if you're not Rebecca, just sign out.
Okay. Let's see what this is. Okay, so this is how you would have done it. So you go over here to create it. You can create it with Facebook, Google, Twitter. I don't do that stuff. I just do my email. You put in your email address, you create a password. I think it asks for your phone number. Then you ask it to remember you. And whenever you want to sign in, I mean, thinking about if you're a customer, the customer is going to go to customers.juiceplus.com. And they'll have their own account once they've done this the first time, and they can sign in anytime they want. So they do that, and then they can do with the order whatever they want. They're going to be improving upon this so that people can actually order product. Right now, there's two things that I've changed dramatically this past year. One is when somebody wants to order product, we figure out what they want. I send them the link to the website, and they click on it. The stuff's right there in their cart, and they place the order.
So you're having them place the order instead of you.
Yes. So here's the other piece. And that's over here where the buy tab is, that's covered up. If you want to add a representative, I don't do that on paper anymore. So you can go to the virtual franchise, the Juice Plus business, drop down here to join our mission. Oops. They fill that out, pay their money, and they're in. It's so simple. And you could even go up here, copy this link, if they're a little technological, because sometimes digging through this website to find it's a little tricky. So you just copy the link and send it to them, and they can, this is what they get.
Carolyn, did you say that you put the items in their cart and then send them that link? So all
Yep.
they have to do is put their credit card information in?
Yep, I've done that. Now, there's two ways to look at that. Let's look at what if they were going to do a Healthy Starts. Let me go back, go to Juice Plus. Healthy Starts is hidden, and we have asked for them to make a change in this because it's hard to find. Healthy Starts is under Get Started, and you go down here to Healthy Starts for Families. You click on that, and if you just send them this is going to give them some good stuff to read. But then sign up your family today. They put their children's name, then they hit, and they're, let's see, let me do this first. Oh, yes. So here's the trick to this one. You cannot type in the date right now. You have to, if the child is 10, you got to go back 10 years like this to find the date.
No, you can click on the actual 18 right there, and it brings up another arrow. No, on the 18.
Here, oh, all right, thanks. That's wonderful. I was like, why is this like this? So there's how you find the year that you want. And you can go back as many years as you need. Thank you. Takes a village, right? So you could just copy and paste this if they're wanting the Healthy Starts program. I want them to read this stuff though, you know? So I guess if you give them this page, they're going to read these statistics. The key to all of what we're doing is providing value to people so that they understand they're really getting something for their money here. And when they read these things, they're impressed. So that's that.
Well, besides that, I think also exposure. If they're doing it themselves, they're going to be exposed to so much more.
Exactly. Yep. So in line with what we're talking about, providing value. I don't know if you listened to the Kurt Beavers Voxer, but we have had this system where people do Shred 10, and the conversation that goes around among the leaders is the Shred 10 group is so much more active than the customer Facebook page. And we want to change that because not everybody's going to do Shred 10. If they do, we want to get them into Vitality for a Lifetime. But Vitality for a Lifetime is also really not optional. And an example is I've got 3 new customers so far this month. They're a little interesting. And I had this little conversation in my head to say, I don't think they would want to do that. But then because I know better, I asked them. Lo and behold, guess what? They did. That's the customer incubator. That's where we're educating people. We are not talking about Juice Plus all the time. We're talking healthy living. And the difference between what we're doing and other companies, when you talk, Leslie, about selling and sharing, Dwana will say over and over and over again, we're sharing healthy living with people. It's so much more than buying capsules. And so I want to invite you guys to be more active and actually help me so it's not just me that's posting stuff in there. And make sure you get your customers in there. We've got 683 people in that group. And they watch, and sometimes they comment, sometimes they like, but they're watching even if they're not saying anything.
So you want us to post in Vitality for a Lifetime?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
The other thing is Wendy Campbell calls it gifting. So Leslie, when you were talking about being a salesperson, I don't want somebody who feels like a salesperson. I want somebody who, just like you said, you became a nurse because you wanted to help people. And you know now that isn't the most effective way to do that because of all the red tape that you have to go through. It's insane. So, but it's a gift. This knowledge is a gift to people.
Absolutely. And so with that said, let me do one more little housekeeping thing. Re-enrollments. Make sure you're checking your virtual office on the business page, the part that's about your business. At the bottom, it tells you who is up for renewal or re-enrollment. We can't do that for them. They have to go into the virtual office and do it themselves. And even if they aren't paying for the virtual office, because I just did this with somebody recently, even if they're not paying for it, they can use the virtual office to renew their distributorship. And they've got to go in there. Let's see, maybe I should bring that up and show it to you. Can you see mine? Or do I need to stop share and reshare? Can you guys see the virtual office page?
Yeah, we can see it.
Okay.
I can see it.
Here, it says I have 5 frontline members that need to renew. I'm not going to click on that, but you can click on that. It tells you when their renewal date was. They have 90 days. The company will have sent them 6 emails, and but we need to be reaching out to them. Like right now, I have somebody, I can't find her. And I've realized, oh my gosh, she's been taking Juice Plus for years and years. And now I can't get her on Messenger, and I can't get her on email, and I can't get her by phone. And so, you know, you want to stay on top of those things. But if somebody doesn't have an active paid for virtual office, they can still use their username and their password, and then they can go to I think it's my personal file, and renew my distributorship right here. So they've got to do that. You can't call it in. Well, mine's been renewed. So you can't call it in. You have to either do this or fax it in. So this is lots easier. And you know what? You never know. Here's what happened. I have a family plan user that's been taking Juice Plus as long as me. Love it. Don't want to share it with anybody. I went to a party with them and a dear friend of theirs who has thyroid cancer. And absolutely, for 8 years, has had no interest in Juice Plus. We've talked about it. Then now she's sick. So I shared a lot of stuff with her. She trusted me. She didn't read any of the stuff I shared with her. I finally got her to say yes, and we went in and renewed my friend's distributorship, so her friend could order her Juice Plus under her. I mean, I wasn't going to take that order because I wouldn't know this woman if it weren't for my other friend. So it's an opportunity for them now to feel, oh, maybe I need to pay a little more attention to this, you know, and get more involved. So it's just always doing the next right thing. So I hopped on Eric Johnson's Teamsy call the other day, and I loved it. And so I took pictures of his screen, and I'll show you some of those, but it's all about relationship marketing. And it's about who you care about and how much passion we have to help other people. And I love to hear you say, because there's so many other nurses, Leslie, that have said the same thing. Or, I don't know, in any of the health fields, they just feel like they're not helping people. There's some really interesting calls these days, if you're interested. One is Moms on a Mission, which is a part of the 90-day game plan. And nobody's making a lot of noise about the 90-day game plan, but I'll throw it up here, and if you want to take a look at it, you can. Let's see. JP 90-day game. And there's just great encouragement from people. We watched this starting a year ago, and that's how we started doing our Tuesday night calls, which is another topic of conversation. We haven't scheduled any yet for this year. We need more people to share their stories and be a part of doing that. We've decided, those of us that were a part of it, it's probably, we don't want to do it every week again, but we need to have a call that we're doing, just plain regular people, that we can invite the people that we've been talking to, people that they can relate to, and they can hear your story, our story, and so on. So, so here we go. This is Tony Branner, and build your business with 3 key ingredients. But we could have just watched this for this call, couldn't we? Relationships, education, and customer care. I mean, it just doesn't get more simple than that. But the other piece is there are these events. So this is this week's events. This Freedom Project, I listened to the Michaela Peterson. She was a pharmacist. She wasn't helping people get healthy. Now she's a national marketing director with Juice Plus. So there you go, Leslie. These women are inspiring, and if these are recorded, we won't be able to hear them for a while, I don't think. Because the 90-day game stuff is typically, you got to listen to it live. But so if you're looking for something, maybe it's a certified health coach or a personal trainer, try to jump on. I mean, look at this wide variety of people. And if you haven't heard Ashley Hudson, you've just missed it. She is just raw, full of passion, changing lives because her life has been incredibly changed.
I thought that those calls were going to be recorded.
Well,
So
I
I
thought
can
so
try to
too,
find
but
that out.
I've not seen the recording come through on Wendy Campbell's NMD chat.
I think last year they recorded them, and then it was like at the end of the month, they all rolled out.
Right. Yeah, it took them a long time to get to that point. Though I think that this one was recorded, and I've already sent that out on Boxer somewhere. At any rate, Thursday nights, Timothy, you can go to the Man Cave. So they do this one on Thursday night, and it's a Zoom call. There's just there are more tools than we could possibly ever use. So that's a website if you the JP 90-day game if you want to check that out. The other thing I want to show you really quick is on the Freedom Revolution, because there are a lot of new people right now, which is wonderful. I love working with you guys. And there's the first thing we want to do is take people and let them watch this video, and then point them to these videos. There's 3 or 4 of them. They're just like the favorite thing for somebody that's just starting out and doesn't know what to share with anybody. So there's one on the trio, one on Omega, one on Complete, one on Tower Garden, one on the Mission. But this is the one I think people are missing, and it's frequently asked questions, and it's questions everybody has. What's the difference between this and a multi? How's Juice
I
Plus
just
made?
sent that to somebody last night.
Yeah, these are really short, 4 minutes or less. And so people that you're talking to that have a lot of questions, these are the common questions that they have. And you can say, oh, I've got the answer for that. Would you be willing to look at a video? And you share that with them. So anyway, I don't want to spend any more time on that, and I want us to be able to get going here. But the whole thing with, I'm going to stop that one. The whole concept of all of this is relationship marketing. And I absolutely love what Eric Johnson said in his presentation the other day. So I'm just going to show you a couple of the slides because it was profound. So the first thing that he said was, all things being equal, people will do business with a friend. All things being unequal, people will still do business with a friend. And so these are the 6 components of relationship marketing. And I'm not going to go through the rest of the slides, but I can send you this one if you want. I can post it in somewhere. And
I'm not seeing your screen again.
oh, I forgot to share it. That's why. Okay. There you go. The 6 components of relationship marketing. So, you know what? We could create some discussion around this on Boxer because we don't want to spend any more time on the call tonight. And if you want to and I'll send you that one. But his theme is reach out to people and make somebody's day. Don't start talking about Juice Plus to them. Just become friends. And it'll get, it'll just be a more trusted relationship.
It's a lot more organic, a lot more natural when you just become friends, and then it just develops from there instead of you reaching out trying to sell something.
Well, one of his things was, back in the day, we all heard about go for no. And he said, that's the wrong approach. We need to just go for yes to something, which might be you want to have a cup of coffee, or it might just be, how was your day? Or I'm thinking about you, or how are your kids? And even if you've talked to them about Juice Plus, sometimes it's better just to have some conversations than come straight at, Juice Plus. You get to know them better, you know what their needs are, and they trust you. So do conversations every day, 7 to 10 follow-ups sometimes before somebody will say yes. But when they do, they're going to trust you and they're going to take Juice Plus. So that's kind of the bottom line. Anybody have questions?
Nope.
Okay.
I really need to.
Well, I appreciate everybody's time. Thank you so much. And write down these dates. We've seen them before, but I want to make sure you have them in your calendar. Pencil them in, then later you can make them in stone. The company expects our geographic area to build for the Chicago Summit if you are north of, if you're Kentucky or north. That is June 28th and 29th. However, if you have contacts, as some of us do, Charlotte, the summit in Charlotte is June 21st through 22nd. We can get to probably either of those places in 6 hours. And the company does expect us to go. And
about 4.5 to Chicago from here. From me, I guess you guys are south of.
Yeah. But you know what? Leslie mentioned it. She went to a summit in Dallas last weekend. And she wasn't, and they're a little bit different than maybe what some of us are used to. And it was lots of stories. And she wasn't sure that she got the tools that she was expecting. And her business blew up this week. I mean, she's been talking to people. Our phones are blowing up because it was inspiring and it gave her ideas. And I don't know, when you're faithful to the activity, good things happen. I think God honors that.
Is this the same one that Carol Watson was at, that Shannon Miller was at?
Yes.
That would have been amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. And then conference. Conference also, for people who want to really grow their business, is non-negotiable. And some people have free conference tickets. Some people have more than one conference ticket. And if somebody does that HLP, at least get them in the system before the 31st. And then you've got 30 days. How many HLPs can we get done between now and the end of February?
Is that Austin?
No.
No. Conference. Where's conference in October?
I don't know, but these are for Sacramento.
Okay.
These conference tickets are for Sacramento, which is April 11th through the 13th. And Sandy's the queen of cheap airline tickets. She already got hers on Southwest. There are ways to make conference really affordable. If you do a 2,000 plus, you got $300 plus your $100 HLP. And I mean, there's just ways to make this work. So I will tell you, the first time somebody told me about conference, I've said there's no way, but I was intrigued and I really wanted to go, sort of. And once I went, my life was changed forever. So I am one of those people, you won't believe this, I'm sure you think I'm a crazy woman half the time, who always my first reaction is, I can't do that. For years, that's always been my first reaction. And then it percolates and I'll go, well, maybe I can. Oh, well, sure, I can do that. I may have to go through that mental game with myself. So avoid those steps and just say, I can do it. I'm good. I can and I will. I want to, I can, and I will is what Wendy Campbell says. Okay, I'm going to post all the other dates of things. Stacy Joy is Cincinnati Tuesday night if you're local, Thursday night in Columbus if you're local, and Wednesday lunch in Dayton sold out. And I put this on our Facebook page, but it's, I don't care who's coming near you. Invite everybody you know to go, and even when they tell you they can't, find them a video. This was perfect because we had one of her, and probably 20 people told me they couldn't go, but they've all been willing to watch the video, and that keeps the conversation going. So leverage that. It's all about leveraging your conversations. And now that they watched it, they're sorry they didn't say they could go, and they can't because there's not a seat available. So, anyway, good night, Isadore. All right, I'm going to hang this thing up, and thank you guys for coming, and stay tuned on Voxer and on Facebook. And please help us with Vitality for a Lifetime, and I'm going to put a thing out about we did a good job, I thought, with the Shred 10 month, and we'll have another opportunity for another month to do that. Okay, thanks.
Night.
Good night.